Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Arunodayam's Biology. Today we are going to learn the remaining portion of our topic, that is coordination in plants. So in our previous video we have completed some portion of this topic. We have learned that plants neither have nervous system nor muscular system, still they can detect stimulus from outside and they can respond. How can they able to do this? Because plants uses chemical signals or electrical signals for transmitting the information about the stimulus to their body cells. Okay, so we have also learned about different types of tropic movements taking place in plants. So plants can respond to different types of stimuli like touch, light, gravitational force, chemical substances. So like this, plants show some movements towards different stimuli. Those movements are called as tropic movements. Okay, let us learn the remaining portion of our topic now. Okay, growth related movements in plants will be even slower. So we have seen in case of plants, say for example in case of sensitive plant, we have seen that the response to touch is very quick, isn't it? The response is very quick. Whereas coming to sunflowers, the movement of sunflower to the direction of the sun is very slow, isn't it? Actually, sunflower moves according to the light of sun. So its movement is very slow when compared to the movement taking place in touch me not plant. Growth related movements of plants are even slower. Whereas in case of animals also, even in our body also, there are carefully controlled directions to growth. Our body also has growth, isn't it? That growth takes place in a carefully controlled direction. Okay, take for example our fingers. So these fingers will grow in certain direction, in a particular direction, isn't it? So just like that, in case of plants or in case of animals also, growth takes place, and that growth takes place in a particular controlled careful directions. Okay, if fast responses to stimuli are to be made, information transfer must happen very quickly. So we are talking about information transfer now. We are talking about how the stimulus, information about stimulus is passing through the nerves of our body, or information about stimulus is passing through the cells of a plant body, isn't it? So if fast responses to stimuli are to be made, information transfer must be quick. Electrical impulses are an excellent source of or excellent means of transmission. Actually, we have two types of transfer, no, electrical impulses and chemical impulses. Both of them carries information about stimulus in our body actually. So among these two, electrical impulses are an excellent source of transmission. They can transmit information at very quickly. Okay, very fast. Still, it has some drawbacks. First drawback is information will reach only to the cells that are connected to nervous tissue. So here in case of electrical impulse, the information will reach to the cells which are connected to nervous tissue only. For example, I am teaching you lesson. You are watching my video, isn't it? That information is passing from your eyes to directly your brain. Okay, that means the information is passing from your eyes to the cells which are connected to the nervous tissue which is connected to brain. It is not going to somewhere else in your body. That you are watching my video, that information is not going to the tip of your toes. It is directly going from your eyes to your brain. That means the cells which are connected to nervous tissue. Okay. Second drawback is cells will take some time to reset. For example, a cell is there, a nerve cell is there, it carries some information and transmit it to other nerve cell through synapse. So what happens here is the nerve cell, after transmitting the information to other cell, it will take some time to reset. Okay, it cannot continuously transmit information. So after transmitting the first information, it will take some time to reset and then after it will get ready to take second information. Okay, so meanwhile what happens here, we'll get lag. Okay, so these are the two drawbacks of electrical impulse. Since electrical impulse have some drawbacks, animals and plants uses an alternative source of transmission of information in the body, that is a chemical impulse or chemical signal. Okay, they will transmit information in the form of a chemical impulse. Okay, see, both in case of both plants and animals, these chemicals are present, this chemical impulse is present. First we will talk about the chemical impulse in plants. Okay, in our next video we will discuss about the chemical coordination in case of animals. Actually we have started this lesson with a note that control and coordination in our body is brought by nervous tissue, that means by brain, spinal cord and nerves. But it has some drawbacks, no? So we have some other source of coordination also, that is a chemical substances. Some chemical substances are present in our body, both in plants and also in animals. So these chemicals will help in bringing coordination in the body. Okay, so we are going to learn about that now. First, we will learn about how coordination is brought in case of plants. So what happens in plants is, in a plant, if any cell is stimulated, in plants if any cell is stimulated, it releases some chemical substance. It releases some chemical substance which can be diffused to certain cells which are connected to it, or if needed to all the cells of the body. Okay, a cell which is stimulated will produce or release some chemical substance, and that chemical substance will be diffused, will be passed to the cells which are connected to it, or to all the cells of the body also. Okay, these chemical substances which bring control and coordination in plants are called as phytohormones. Phyto means plants. Hormones means chemical substances which bring control and coordination. So these phytohormones are present in plants. They will help in transmitting information from one cell to other cell within the body. Okay, but the transmission of information through these chemicals is very slow, but it is steady and persistent. Okay, phytohormones. So in case of plants, hormones, chemical substances are present which brings a coordination and control in their body. Okay, they can make the plants to show some action. Okay, so 5 types of phytohormones are present in case of plants. Some are called as growth promoting hormones. Why? Because they help in the growth of the plants and plant parts, while this one is considered as growth inhibiting hormone. Why? Because it stops or it halts the growth of the plant. Let us see one by one. First one is auxin. Auxins are one type of phytohormones which can help in the growth of the stems. Growth of the stems and roots also. And in our previous video we have seen about phototropism. No? When light falls onto the plant, the stem always bends towards sunlight, isn't it? So here also this phototropism phenomenon is caused because of this auxin hormone. So what happens here is, when light falls onto the plant, the auxin hormone which is present in the tip of the stems will move towards the shady place of the plant, moves towards the opposite side of the plant to which sunlight is falling. Okay, so what happens here is, auxin is moving towards this shady place. No, here it helps in the cell division. So many number of cells are produced here, and because of that overweight, the plant bends towards sunlight. This phenomenon is called as phototropism, and it takes place with the help of this hormone only, that is auxin. And auxins are also useful for apical dominance, differentiation of roots and shoots, etc. Okay, second one are gibberellins. So they are helpful for sprouting of buds. They are useful for stimulation of flowering, development of fruits, okay, and breaking of dormancy of seeds and buds. So like this, and gibberellins are also useful for making the dwarf plants tall. So all these actions takes place with the help of this hormone. Third one, cytokinins. Cytokinins are useful for cell division. Cell division. Because of that cell division only the plant grows, isn't it? So it helps in cell division. It also helps in promoting sprouting of lateral buds, that means the production of branches in case of plants, and they are also useful for opening of stomata, also for photosynthesis. Okay. Next, ethylene hormone. Ethylene, it is useful for fruit ripening. Fruit ripening, once the fruit is fully developed, then it starts ripening because of the release of this gaseous hormone called ethylene. Last one is abscisic acid, which we call it as a growth inhibiting hormone. It is useful for stopping the growth of the plant, like this, by closing the stomata. If stomata is closed, automatically photosynthesis stops, isn't it? By seed dormancy, that means it prevents the seed to germinate, from germinating. Promoting aging of leaves, the leaves get aged and they will drop off, or fruits drop off. Wilting of leaves, all these actions takes place because of this abscisic acid. Of course, it is also one type of defense mechanism of plants only. So this is considered as growth inhibiting hormone. So these are the phytohormones present in plants. That is about our topic. We have learnt about coordination in case of plants, and we have seen how it takes place. Okay, and in our next video we are going to learn how coordination takes place through chemicals in case of animals, that means hormones in case of animals. Okay, if you have any doubts in this topic, please ask me in comment section. I will clarify your doubts. If you find this video useful to you, please like it and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind.